Hey everybody, this is Vinyl Addict Chili here, and it's another flashback. This is 2001. I got 15 albums here, 15 vinyls. Got some debuts. What was going on over there at that time? Some pop music, of course. That was pretty big, but a lot of new metal came in. So let's just get started here. As a debut, there was the Black Rebel Motorcycle Club. If you haven't heard of them, out of San Francisco, this trio is like a psychedelic indie garage band. At the time, they have like 8 albums now, but this was their first one. Whatever Happened to My Rock and Roll punk song, that's like the one that I really love out of here. It's probably the most memorable. Next, we got Incubus, Morning View. This album here, they had a lot of videos on MTV being played. Nice to Know You was on here. Wish You Were Here, of course. Warning, and Are You In? And this is a good vinyl. This was on Music on Vinyl, clear vinyl. I got this. Course, and coming into the pop world, there was Pink. This is 2001, so remember Misunderstood, Get the Party Started. You know, she teamed up with Four Non Blondes, Linda Perry, writing some of the songs, producing some of this stuff. He also had like Steven Tyler on this album, singing Misery with her. Don't Let Me Get Me, Just Like a Pill. So yeah, Pink was pretty popular at this time. And the return of Weezer after a hiatus, they came back with the Green album. Rivers Cuomo was in college for a while. Then I guess he just said fuck that and went back and got his band together. They put out this record. It's very short albums, like 28 minutes or something. They have like 10 songs. Hash Pipe was on here. Island in the Sun, very good album. It's one of my favorites from them. And the beginning of new metal, and this was a year of metal as well. So we had Drowning Pool. If you remember this band, they're still around. This one has Bodies. That the bodies hit the floor. I guess like some people that are younger now, they know that song from the Triple X movie, but it's Drowning Pool, Sinner album. Good shit. Also, their second album at the time, Slipknot Iowa. This is a great one, and this is recently just reissued. I got a lot of their reissues that are coming out. Slipknot Iowa. Now, veteran rockers, there's a lot of them I have here. One of them is Stone Temple Pilots, Shangri-La-Di-Da. Shangri-La-Di-Da. Originally, Scott said this was a tribute to Andy Wood, Welcome to Shangri-La, you know, from the Mother Love Bone song. And they had like this movie, coffee book, and all this whole thing to coincide with this, but it didn't fall out that way. But this is, for me, is probably like my second favorite album of theirs. If I had to rate their top 5 of the 5 albums from, this is the 5th album, from the first album to this one, this is a strong album. If you haven't heard it, with Dumb Love, Hollywood Bitch, Coma, Bipolar Bear, there's some great shit on here. If you haven't heard this one, kind of fell out of the STP thing after, you know, Volume 4, or, you know, because a lot of people just like the first 3 albums, or the first 3 albums are kind of the ones that are just pretty much talked about. But this one was really good, and I don't know, I mean, the new singer, you know, he sounds good and everything, but there's so much more than just sounding and singing these songs really well. I mean, Scott was a rock star in the sense of just larger than life, coming out there with the hat, the scarf, the David Bowie outfits, you know, and doing his little dance and everything. He was the real thing, and highly missed. This is it, Stone Temple Pilots. Another veteran band we have is Pesh Mode. and Exciter. And this was a successful tour. These guys were still around there. Look at this one. It's very craftworky. 70s craft work with guitars, you know, it's really interesting. And another band that probably is forgotten at that time, but this was out there, it's very popular, was Jimmy Eat World, American Bleed. Now this is, let me show you this nice little record inner sleeve gatefold. This was popular for the song The Middle. And you know, the video is played all the time on MTV, and oddly enough, Prince covered that song. There's a video of the band reacting to Prince playing that song in one of his shows, and he played it really, you know, really good. Of course, he's Prince, and so just to go from there to the next record, of course, segue. You got Prince and the Rainbow Children. This is probably my second favorite album from him. This is the one where it was pretty much a jazz kind of concept, fusion rock extravaganza. There's like some weird pictures of him. There's 14 chapters on here. It all goes together. And there's some long jams on here, and there was a bit of controversy with this album. Some groups, some Jewish groups were claiming because there's anti-Semitic, perhaps, overtones to it, to the lyrics and everything. Of course, Prince, being the rock star that he is, he doesn't fucking address any of you to say go fuck yourself. So, brings us to the White Stripes, and this is the oh fuck, I forgot to have there's so many albums in there. This is White Blood Cells. Dead Leaves on the Dirty Ground is on here. Hotel Yorba. My favorite is I Think I Smell a Rat. That's a good one. Is this the one with Little Room? Yes, Little Room is on here. Fell in Love with a Girl. So this is their third album, right? Because D-Style, first one was White Stripes. This is the third album. This was followed by Elephant. Veteran Rockers again. The Black Crowes, and this is a record store, Dave. This is the one, Lions, which is a really interesting album. This is the album they came right out of playing with Jimmy Page on the Jimmy Page / Black Crowes tour. And you could tell that they picked up a lot of things from Jimmy as they go into this album, but there's also a lot of weird psychedelic stuff going on here. This is best known for Lickin', and VH1 played Soul Singing a lot. I remember that. And there he is. And then they would go into a hiatus after this. There's be another Robinson fight. But then you got, I like the cover though. It's sort of the line with the third eye. And speaking of eyes, brings us to Lateralis by Tool. You see all the eyes here. This is what was going on in the prog rock world, or just the private world of Tool. And of course we had Rob Zombie coming out with Sinister Urge. This is a good one. He's by this time he was already starting to do his movies. 2000 Corpse, House of a Thousand Corpse, and The Devil's Rejects and stuff like that. And you know, and last but certainly not least, number 15 is the Radiohead Amnesiac. This is a companion piece to Kid A, which was put out, I believe, a year before. I love this album. It's really good to hear those back to back. So this was what was going on 2001 in my world of 2001. These albums mean a lot to me. So leave a comment below, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.